Hello everybody and welcome back to Combe Valley Campers. It is day one, week one, owning the brand new Kia PV5, and I'm going to show you how to completely strip it out, ready for your camper conversion. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to our sponsors, Howden's Modified Van Insurance. That's right, A-Plan are now Howden's. They still do exactly the same in that they will insure your van from the time you buy it until you completely convert it into a camper van and beyond. And if you want an exclusive rate on your next policy, please mention Combe Valley Campers and they will sort you out. As it turns out, the Kia PV5 is a converter's dream. And I've made it pretty easy for you guys at home. The first thing we are going to be doing today is removing this bulkhead. And all you need is a drill with a 5mm drill bit and either a ratchet spanner or an impact gun with a 10mm socket. It's literally that easy. In fact, the first thing I'm going to do before I remove any of the nuts is show you the rivet that the two rivets that we need to drill out. In every other vehicle that you may have seen, the bulkhead is simply bolted in. They are put here for safety purposes when this is a cargo vehicle. We are converting it into a camper van, so it is the first thing to be removed. Rivets are the only thing holding it in place apart from the 24, 25, 10mm nuts and bolts. And it's as simple as drilling that out until the head comes off. Simple as that. All it is now is a case of removing all of the 10mm nuts and bolts. These are the 10mm nuts and these are the 10mm bolts. Using your gun makes your life a lot easier. Top half out, super easy, just lifts out. Make sure to unhook it from the studs that you find around the vehicle onto the bottom. With the bulkhead removed, you can see that they've handily given you some storage points. When you pick up your van, you'll notice that it has your charge lead. This is the 240 lead, so you can hook it up into your house or any 3-pin plug. And then it has these little removable storage bins. But check down here. They are robbing us of 8 inches of space here. So the next thing we have to do is remove this part here. Now, as a pre-warning, this is your floor for your van. Underneath that floor is your battery. The only way to remove this is to either grind it off or drill out the spot welds. We are going to choose to drill out the spot welds on this and be very, very, very careful. Before we go ahead and remove this panel for the bulkhead, I want to talk to you about this arrangement here. Now, the only thing I can think of why Kia have built it this way is obviously so you've got a massive storage bin for your center console, which is great, but it sticks out this far. Now I think they've only got this bit sticking out this far to obviously bridge the gap between those two foam storage bins and also maybe to stop that bulkhead rattling. But if you're having it just as a camper, yes, this storage space is quite handy for when you're camping, but it takes up a huge amount of space. What we have done at Combe Valley Campers is developed swivel seat bases and a replacement center console system. So not only do you get rid of this monstrosity here, you create extra space and you lower the level of this center console all the way down to here, enabling you to swivel your seats as well. And that is coming up in the next video. To remove the panel for the bulkhead, you will need to drill out the spot welds along the floor. I would suggest that you buy a brand new 8mm spot weld drill bit specifically, and I can leave a link down below to which one I bought and you have to go about this job very, very gingerly. This metal is very thick and spot welds are generally very tough. If you are not confident in doing that yourself, please go ahead and speak to somebody who's used to working with metalwork, used to working on cars. Using your drill bit, your new spot weld drill bit, you will drill out the spot welds where you've located them. You'll also need a form of vice grip or pliers to hold onto the panel, and also a form of chisel and or tool that has a sharp edge in order to break the remainder of the spot weld between this panel and the floor itself. This took me an hour because I was very, very careful with it. And so once you started to drill your spot welds through, you gently tease back and forth the panel with the pliers and or the vice grips until you can start to feel the metal breaking or getting thin. With that, you will use a hammer and a chisel or a pointing tool to be able to break the remainder of that spot weld, and eventually you will free up this panel, leaving you with a perfectly flat cargo floor in order to fit your new floor for your camper van and gain that 8 inches that this is stopping you from doing so. When you are building a camper van, you want to go ahead and fit sound deadening and insulation and windows. All the bits and pieces you will need for converting this from a standard panel van into the camper van of your dreams. To be able to fit all of these things, you will need to remove your existing panels. And to do that in the Kia, all you will need is something with a flat blade, like a flat bladed screwdriver, and a trim tool. Removing the panels from the Kia PV5 is super simple. You literally have to pop a screwdriver in at one of the open edges and they pop out just like that. It's super easy. You just got to do that a multitude of times, and then the panel just simply pops off, leaving you with the space underneath. With all of the poppers removed, you can see that there's still a bit of resistance there, but all you will need to do is give the panel a swift pull because there are a couple of clips on the inside. And that's it. You've got those 3 clips in the center. They line up with these panels here and you have full access. Now, point to note, this is a single slider van. A lot of PV5s are becoming available in the twin slider, and we will show you the door on the other side next. With the sliding door, unfortunately, it seems you cannot replace this panel with a ply panel or anything similar. You may want to recover this in a matching carpet, but what we found is this panel hides a lot of the doors, as well as this rather large, quite ugly plastic panel. But again, you may be able to recover that. To remove this plastic panel, it's a Phillips screwdriver, so that's one tool I forgot earlier. And you simply remove these 5 screws and pop the panel off. 1, 2, 3, in fact 4 screws. And then you pop the remainder of the panel off. As simple as that. As you can see underneath, you've got all the locking mechanisms within that. And this panel comes off just like the others. If you choose to go ahead and sound deaden and insulate this door, this plastic membrane is held in by a sealant. There's a couple of ways you go about that. You can either gently peel it off, or if you get a Stanley blade in between the plastic and the metalwork, you can actually slice through that sealant very carefully. And if you've done it really nice and carefully, you're actually able to pop that back on, because the sealant on the plastic side and the metal will be able to stick back together again. The rear panels come off in exactly the same way as everything else we've done so far, apart from these 2 clips here. And for that, you require a trim tool. They come in lots of different shapes and sizes. Ours is metal. And it's a case of simply sliding the trim tool in behind the clip, and then levering it away, and the clip itself just pops out. And that's what it looks like underneath. The last fastening I want to highlight is the door handle on the passenger side barn door. That is, well, the trim for the handle is held in by one Phillips screw. Be careful not to lose it. And that trim just comes straight off. A good way to keep hold of that screw is actually just to pop it straight back in the hole. Now all the remaining door cards come off in the fashion that I've showed you already. Once that's done, we'll take you back inside and show you what we found under all those panels. And this is where we've got to so far. This is what we are left with inside the Kia PV5 with a single slider. Why did I say this was a converter's dream? Well, when it comes to fitting ply panels and interiors and floors and bits and pieces moving forward, there's lots of utility within this that will help us do that. Now, most people may choose to keep the factory panels in from the waistline down because they're not unattractive, they just take up a lot of space, and you can see how much room we've gained side to side now because we've removed those panels. You may well want to engineer something that fits within all the panel gaps and the curvatures of the vehicle, and we are doing the same. Very soon, if not now, on the website, on the Combe Valley Campers website, there are ply panels available for your PV5 conversion. We're doing floors, we're doing ceiling, we are doing wall panels, door panels, and we're going to be doing the cover plate that is now exposed because the bulkhead has been removed. We're making floors that fit this section with that panel out, and we're going to be making lots of different pieces on this vehicle moving forward. We will show you a couple of those images shortly because we're excited to be showing you them, but please bear in mind a lot of these bits and pieces are in development, or if you're watching this later down the line, they're already on the website at combevalleycampers.co.uk. But now all the panels are removed, you can see all the areas that you need to sound deaden, insulate as you see fit. Again, there is a sound deadening and insulation bundle down in the description. That is a link on our website, enabling you to create a very nice, quiet and warm space. With regards to windows, at the time of filming this, end of March, beginning of April, there aren't any available yet. We are going to be overcoming that problem with another solution. That's coming up in a future video as well. But for now, I think let's just soak in what we've got, see where we're going to be fitting that insulation and sound deadening, and then look at carpeting. So what's coming up then on the Combe Valley Campers YouTube channel? We have developed and are fitting swivel seats to the front of this van. We have developed a console that will enable you to swivel those seats, and working with Rusty Lee beds, we have developed the swivel bases. Rusty Lee beds also came to the rescue when it came to a rock and roll bed. That is also coming up in a future video. So much like similar camper van conversion series, sound deadening, carpeting, paneling, swivel seats, rock and roll beds. You've already seen the roof. If you haven't, the link to the roof video is right here. It's very, very, very exciting. Thank you so much for joining us on this video. This is step one of converting your PV5 or any other EV into a camper van. If you would like to join us on the next one, please be sure to like and subscribe the video and hit the notification, which will tell you when any future videos are coming up. And also stick around until the end of the video where you'll get a suggested playlist on the previous builds we have done. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.